You are getting very sleepy. You have the sudden desire to go to In-N-Out Burger and buy me a cheeseburger, animal style, with regular fries. And when you wake up, you will remember nothing of this interaction other than to send Chelsea a cheeseburger. Seriously? That ain't how it works, guys. And for the record, this is a necklace, not a pendulum. Sorry. If you have ever heard some crazy myths about hypnosis, if you've always been curious but kind of spooked about hypnosis, stick around. We're going to be busting some myths today. There are a lot of myths about hypnosis out there. There's a lot of trepidation. There's a lot of false stories. Hollywood loves to delve into hypnosis. For those of you who have seen the movie Get Out, that ain't how it works. So let's dive into it. What are the myths that you've heard about hypnosis? First one, you can hypnotize somebody to rob a bank, commit a crime, commit a murder, do anything that is just morally nasty. That is BS. No, that's not how it works. You cannot hypnotize somebody to go against their moral values, especially something that is their absolute core moral value. Their minds will kick you out of the system so quickly if you try to hypnotize somebody to go against their morals. The mind actually has a very strong defense around morality. There's a lot that we can do to change stories about ourselves, but morals are a very big one, and especially the big morals. Murder, robbery, crime. It's pretty much impossible to use basic hypnosis to make somebody go against their moral code. Brainwashing is that's kind of what cults tend to do, and that involves like a whole torturous system of mental, physical, emotional breakdown. They actually take your body and weaken it so that your brain goes a little mushy. That's not hypnotherapy. That is not hypnosis. That's not right, even. But that's not what we're talking about. Hypnosis cannot make you rob a bank. If that was the case, I'd have hypnotized like 3 or 4 people to rob a bank for me, split the earnings, and I'd be living somewhere in Mexico by now. Still here. So, that's myth number 1. Busted. Myth number 2. Hypnosis is used by witches, Satanists, and gypsies. I got called a gypsy once. I was at a pizza shop, and there was somebody, I believe he was from Russia, I want to say. Nice guy. And I told him I was a hypnotherapist, and he said, wait, you? I said, no. Honestly, I don't know how to use a pendulum, guys. I really don't. Most hypnotherapists don't. But hypnosis is not evil. Hypnosis is not contrary to God, source. It is actually a very powerful healing tool. And to me, I always actually call in the divine in any of my healing sessions, because without divine source, without that divine love, my ability to heal, my ability to use my intuition, my ability to help you is... So I actually think it's quite the opposite of Satanism. It's a very, very valuable, very, very loving tool when used in the correct ways. Now, that's not to say that some people who practice Wicca or you know, are gypsies, you know, I don't even think that's really the appropriate term. So if there's anybody who is a traveler, I'm sorry, I meant no offense. I'm just going with stereotypes. But there are people who use hypnotic principles for the wrong purpose. I do have a couple of videos on how people can be hypnotized by narcissists, by gaslighting. So I'll put the link to those videos in the description. But when used in a therapeutic setting, which is what most people generally come for, it is a very beautiful tool of light to help you get closer to where you want to be, to help you access that person that you want to be, and to integrate that. So, in my opinion, no, hypnosis in itself is not evil, and it is certainly a very, very powerful light tool. Next, I can't be hypnotized. That is actually it's a powerful misconception that a lot of us have, because what a lot of us think of when we think of hypnosis is getting up on a stage, turning into a zombie, and clucking like a chicken, a zombie chicken. And the zombie chicken effect does happen with some people. I am one of them. I go very deeply into trance, and I have done things to a folding chair that I am not proud of. It was for a bachelorette party in Vegas. Leave me alone. But that doesn't always have to happen in order to be hypnotized. Hypnosis is a state of consciousness that we all as humans go through and have access to. It's on the same level as that state right before you fall asleep, and you start getting these weird kind of flashes of images or weird thoughts that seem really disconnected. That is the state of hypnosis. They actually call those little twitches that you get right as you're falling asleep hypnagogic jerks, because it's a hypno state. Then there is also trance, which I think is what a lot of people are seeking when they say they want to be hypnotized. And again, most people interpret trance as zombie chicken. I think I'm going to make that hashtag zombie chicken. But if you have ever watched a TV, you have experienced trance. If you have ever driven home, pulled into your driveway, and then realized you have no memory of that entire drive, you've experienced a trance state. If you are watching this YouTube video, you might be a little bit in trance, in which case, maybe take this time to focus on what you would like for your day. Maybe focus on how you can experience more joy in life. If you're going to be in this trance state anyway, you might as well enjoy it, right? And you might as well smile and enjoy this cheesy little gag that I'm doing, because hey, if you're in trance, it's easy. So we do not need to experience a total zonk out in order to be hypnotized or in order to be in trance. There are different levels of trance, and yes, the stage hypnosis requires a pretty deep level of trance, which is why you see stage hypnotists thoroughly vetting their volunteers as they go through. They actually take them through a process so they can see who's really kind of going into trance and who's not. Then there can be a more light or meditative state of trance where a client is just very deeply relaxed and very focused on the words that their hypnotherapist is saying and guiding them through, but they are still very much conscious and could probably hear sound going on outside and be conscious of it, register it, but still be focused very much on the experience. That is a state of trance. So yeah, you really don't need to be zombie chickened in order to experience hypnosis, which is a pretty cool thing in my opinion, because so many people that I tell about my profession almost kind of seem disappointed, like, oh yeah, I just can't be hypnotized. I wish I could. Good news, everyone can be hypnotized. Now, a little bit of a bonus one here. A lot of people seem to think that if they were to do a session with me, I might turn them into a different person. That's kind of, if you've ever seen the movie Office Space, the guy's personality just totally flipped, right? He went from this uptight, super, parent kind of anxious guy to this doesn't give a F boss man, just totally relaxed. His life actually changes for the better when he stops caring. But that's actually a hypnotic truth. I don't know why I have a pen, but that's actually a hypnotic truth that deep inside that character really wanted to relax. He really wanted to be more at ease. He let himself access it. So, can I turn you into a different person in session? Yeah, kinda. When we shift our mentality, when we clear out the old stories that are no longer serving us and replace them with stories and beliefs and habits that do serve us, we inherently change for the better. We inherently do turn into different people, which for some people who aren't really quite ready for that stage of the healing journey, that could sound intimidating. The ego could be very, very threatened by the idea that now you will become this new person. But it's one of the most beautiful things that I think hypnotherapy can offer, because before I sought my own hypnotherapy and my own healing through that, I was a different person. I was brunette, guys. I had brown hair. And that's just the start of it. Nothing wrong with brunettes. I love you guys. You're amazing. But I look back to 10 years ago and I quite literally do not recognize that girl. I was a very, very different person before I was able to access the stories that I had for myself and change them for the better. So yes, there is a very real possibility that after hypnotherapy, you will be a different person. You will be that person who finds joy in life, that person who lives in full color. But really, is that such a bad thing? Guys, I would love if you would drop a comment, tell me what myths you've heard about hypnotherapy or hypnosis. I'd love to hear some stories if you have gone on a stage, because those are always fun. And most importantly, please like this video, subscribe to this channel so that I know to continue making content like this. And until next time.